Welcome to Kennesaw, Georgia, in the greater Atlanta area and home to the Owls of Kennesaw State, where these fans have been eagerly anticipating this one all week. Today we have a big Conference USA showdown in store. As we'll see, the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs taking on the Kennesaw State Owls. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Louisiana Tech will kick it off and we'll be underway. On the move from inside is 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Quarterback adapting. Makes the grab. It's Wallace. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. They'll go to the ground. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll give it to the back. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. Williams looking for a man. Catch in the middle. It's Bullock. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. On the ground, it's Bennett. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. Quarterback making checks. Wants to throw on first down. Short throw to the sideline, picks up just a little. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback get going the other direction.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Wide receiver going in motion. Tries to do it himself on the draw. Just feeding his pads to the defense as he gets it to the 36.
And oftentimes running backs love draw plays because there's less traffic in front of them. The offensive line is selling pass, the quarterback's selling pass. They don't get the handoff until the very last possible second, so the D-line's rushed away upfield, and now it's so much easier for these backs to find their holes and pick their lanes.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll go to the sneak.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. Takes the handoff. It's Bennett. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Out of the gun to give to the back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They're about to get through their entire opening script of plays. This is the 11th play of the drive. Third down coming up. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
On the move, it's Wiggins. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
That one never had a chance. Incomplete. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Dropping back, it's Bullock. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Well, that is one the tight end is going to want to have back. He was wide open on that play. That's one he's got to make. He's got to be able to make that catch.
Louisiana Tech will have to punt. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Makes the quick grab. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Outside the pocket, lets it go. Got his man on the right. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Throwing the comeback looks like such a simple throw, but the timing is so important.
And as a quarterback, man, this is all about trusting your guy. You know exactly where he's going to sit it down. You anticipate it. You throw it. You know he's going to come back and make that play for you.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Williams will pass. Finds his man. It's Wallace.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes. He's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Off the play fake. Caught near the sticks. It's Franklin. He's loose. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly, He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands, and he showed you that. Great vision, great speed, phenomenal job after the catch, and it's a big play for the offense in the passing game.
And that big gainer on the last one has them ready to go from inside the 10. On the option. He'll toss it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. They'll send the tight end in motion. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Quickly complete. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll try to pass it in on third and goal. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
They are pinned deep in their own territory. They'll snap it from their own 4 to start the drive. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Bulldogs are backed up. They can feel the shadow of their own goalpost and trying to create some room. To throw, it's Bullock. Puts it out of the air.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the Bulldogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. On the run, it's Wiggins. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that first down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. They're going to ride this running back. Find some space, enough to get 5 to the 22.
I know that wasn't a huge, sexy gain. I know not everybody's jumping up and down, but what it does do is put you in a great position to succeed on 2nd down. 2nd and 10, really hard. 3rd and 10, really hard. Now you're in a manageable situation. It really gives you the whole playbook.
The Bulldogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. Hauls it in. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking for a man. It's Bullock. Under fire. He's going to let one fly down the middle.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And you don't want to start this game with 2 straight punts. Big 3rd down opportunity coming here. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilkerson. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Takes a hit as he fires. Makes the grab. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the 2nd level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
And the Bulldogs had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. This time he's got it. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Going up top again. Got it in the middle. It's Wilkerson. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Well, it's a nice job tackling on defense. I know one guy missed, but you saw the effort. Other guys coming and flying to the football. They knew how big that 3rd down was. They had to get the stop to give themselves a chance to now get off the field.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. And here they come going for the 1st down on 4th and 2. Needs it to keep this drive alive. And he should have enough for a Louisiana Tech 1st down.
That's a risky play call there, 4th and a couple of yards, and you turn around, you hand it to your running back, you say, my guy's a better athlete than any of yours on defense, and he's going to find a way to keep this drive going.
The Bulldogs back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. trying to beat him to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to throw, it's Bullock. He wants it all. And he's got it. Touchdown, Louisiana Tech.
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's easier to see what the defense is doing.
And the extra point makes it 7-3. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Catch in the middle, it's Wallace. At midfield, he's got room. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. To the air on first down. He's got an open man. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Williams looking for a man. He's got his man. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. Going to the run, it's Bennett. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on first down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get first downs like that run right there.
And guys, how much better does it feel if you go to that locker room with a lead? They have a chance to do it here. Makes the grab on the left. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And he got into the house from the 6 to finish it. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Wide receiver comes in motion. Back to pass, it's Bullock. With the catch, it's Jackson. Oh, did you like that stiff arm? Get a face full of that as he gets it up to the 34. They'll immediately call timeout. And the Bulldogs with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The Bulldogs are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get the first through the air. Throws to the tight end. It's caught. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here comes the heat. That's caught. It's Jackson. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. So the first half has come to a close. We'll take a break and head over to the halftime show. Kennesaw State ready to kick it off to start things here in the 2nd half. He'll bring it out. It's Wiggins. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on 1st down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Pulls it in. It's Finley. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on 1st down, setting up an easier 2nd down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on 2nd down.
And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Bullock. Grab near the sticks, it's Jackson. And he's got enough for the 1st down. It'll be at the 35.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
Listen, that wasn't the greatest run in the world, but it was very successful, and you're making me honor the run. And another thing, every time you run the football, someone gets tackled. There's physicality involved in the game. So I like when offenses commit to the running the football, no matter what the outcome is, because those body blows do add up.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Wilkerson. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Louisiana Tech will have to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Maybe one notch of adrenaline too much on the punt there. It hits about a yard deep in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. the field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The option look. The pitch. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time, and they're able to make a quick stop.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. QB draw. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Williams will pass. They've got the screen set up. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38.
Great job, too, by the QB there, holding the ball as long as possible, allowing the pass rush to get upfield, and at the very last second, getting it to his guy so that he can go get the first down.
Kennesaw State coming out with another first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking to scramble. He'll try to do it himself. Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
How about the defense on this play? The quarterback bootlegs to the right. And look at everybody do a great job. They don't get caught up in the run. They all chase sideline to sideline and really limit the damage on what could have been a really big play.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. On the move. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And it's really nice, whether it's RPO or not, is having a defensive line that stones the offensive line, takes away the gaps. It doesn't matter what your read is if you're winning up front on that defensive line.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Trying to pick it up on the ground. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And it's picked off at the goal line. Trying to take it back. Not only made the pick, but he also made up some ground and took it back to the 38.
What an interception. And he's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down too. This is a guy that I think could play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. To the air, it's Bullock. He's got him in the flat. Turning it on! Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Just outside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 21. Leaves it with the back. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on 3rd here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They take the lead with the 6.
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeps it on the bootleg. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Caught close to the marker. It's Wallace. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking for space. It's Bennett. And after a very short pickup on that run, we have come to the end of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So the final period starts with a second down play. They'll go to the toss. Creates a little space. Making a little bit of progress there. He gets it to the 40 before getting out of bounds.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule, and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Williams looking for a man. Fires to the big fella. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
This Kennesaw State offense is on the move. Keeps it on the draw. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Kennesaw State hopes to be wise here in the red zone. Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Bring in the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Good job by this defense, man. They've given up some yards and some plays on this drive, but they didn't lose focus. They stayed dedicated to what they're doing, and a great job on 3rd down, forcing the 4th down here, and hopefully the field goal attempt.
And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He caught it. And he wanted to score badly, but the defense wrestles him down at the 2.
And that was a play they absolutely had to have. 4th down, down by 1 possession. You've got to find a way. Someone's got to step up and make a play, and they did it right there. That is going to be huge for their confidence.
They're lining up in the Wildcat. Let's see what they have dialed up for this one. Direct snap. It's Bryson. You don't give a hoot. Kennesaw State does. Touchdown, Owls. They move on top here in the 4th.
And that's a really nice physical run. This is a team that prides themselves on the ability to establish the line of scrimmage. And here we are in the 4th quarter, late in the game. Everyone's tired, and a no-nonsense run. Great push by the offensive line, taking the lead with that touchdown.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Dropping back, it's Bullock. Quickly to the tight end. Breaks into the open. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
Got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
That's a throw the QB would like to have back. He just has to do a better job giving his receiver a chance to make the catch.
A chance to sort of put the defense on its heels if you convert a 3rd and long. This one from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws for the tight end. Snagged in the middle, it's Finley. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I know we're a long way up here in the booth, but guys, y'all remember that ball you could throw that whistled? That thing was whistling. It had so many RPMs on it.
Louisiana Tech is really moving the football. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Gandy. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a 1st down.
I'll tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands, and you saw it on that last play.
Louisiana Tech back to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Bullock. It's complete to the left. He'll be run out of bounds at the 13.
And you gotta love those matchups. When you get a running back matched up on somebody else, it's never gonna be a cornerback. That's not gonna happen. So finding a good matchup, getting that speed isolated, now I'm gonna go attack and make some plays.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. The give to the tailback. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The Bulldogs line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He gives them a fresh set of downs, and this one will be 1st and goal from the 6.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that 1st down.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. And he drops it, just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
You've got great field position here. You got to pay it off. Who is your go-to receiver that can make a play in this situation?
A touchdown here on 3rd and goal really ratchets up the game pressure. Looking downfield, it's Bullock. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. So they couldn't get in on 3rd down. A field goal seems to be a lock here. How much gambling do you think they do here, David?
Yeah, and Reese, back in the day, I think this is a field goal, and you don't even ask questions. You tie the football game, but so many more coaches are aggressive nowadays. I kick the field goal, I tie the football game, and I try to win it later on.
The field goal is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And that's just the chip shot. That's just a field goal they got to make, guys.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. You want to talk about hearts and throats when that ball was on the ground? The offense recovered its own fumble. Might be changing the route. Williams will pass. Got a man in the middle. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the 4th quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
Now on first down from the 30. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just... in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. I think they'd keep it on the ground here to drain as much time as possible off that clock and hold on to this lead. Trying play action. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. He was able to squirt free and pick up a few and avoid a negative play there. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Wide receiver going in motion. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. He's got enough for the first down, and that ought to be enough to put them in victory formation for the rest of this one. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The quarterback takes a snap and takes a knee. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up, and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.